So we just got the latest version of Tesla's full self-driving supervised 13.2.8. And we've been having it drive us around all week to see what it does.
Now, I think it's important to understand that while it uses the same pre-trained system, right, the core AI foundational model that we just talked about, that's the number 13, that's what that designates, and that can take weeks or months to train. The 2.8 means that this is a fine-tuning of that model using post-training tweaks to refine specific behaviors without overhauling the underlying model.
So what did we discover?
Well, in layman's terms to me, in the previous version, 13.2.7, I didn't feel much of a difference. But in 2.8, it feels to me like FSD went from being like a 19-year-old driver to a 19-and-a-half-year-old driver. It feels better, just a little bit more confident, more experienced in a bunch of subtle ways.
Many people are posting that 2.8 feels like it has smoother transitions for blind right-hand turns.
Right. So like say you're pulling into a parking lot with snowbanks on either side of the entrance, like we have it all week. FSD now pulls up to take the turn, stops, fully assesses the situation, and then commits to the turn with a smoother rollout. It's very human-like.
And people are reporting snappier performance in hurry mode.
Yeah, so hurry mode is one of the 3 driving modes, right? Chill, standard, and hurry. And I'm also definitely getting less nags from the driver attention monitoring system. It seems to know that if I'm looking around while FSD is engaged, that I'm still taking in the road in front of me as my head swivels. Many people are reporting nags have gotten better too.
Many people are reporting that 2.8 has better exit lane behavior on highways.
Yeah, it's now shifting into the exit lane earlier.
It used to wait till you were exactly half a mile from the exit, which sounds fine, but in many traffic conditions at highway speeds, that could give you less than 30 seconds to get over, which can be tough.
Now it seems to get over at about the 0.8 mile mark.
And I've noticed that it's pretty variable, which is good because all interchanges on highways are different.
Right. It still doesn't seem to have game sense like you were talking about before, but at least it's giving more time.
Many people have reported better autonomous parking performance, especially in everyday parking situations like the supermarket and restaurant parking lots.
I didn't experience that. Did you?
No.
It seemed just as dumb about that as ever. Like it pulls in, gets you to the restaurant, and then it's like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, when we were testing it, it was a pretty busy day, so there wasn't like a ton of parking spots. Obviously, if it's an empty parking lot, there's no challenge. But what it usually will do is drive you to the entrance of the restaurant, or
which is great,
where the GPS point is, and it's usually very accurate. And then you're usually like by the handicap spots and by all the full parking spaces.
And it will pull into the handicap spots.
Sometimes it's done that. Other times it seems to clearly avoid them. Sometimes it'll just kind of give up. It'll like pull a little bit further and then it'll be like, well, we're here.
I would like to see a setting that you can tell it how you'd like to approach parking. For instance, if it's a nice day, I don't care how far I park from the place, that's fine. But if it's raining out or cold or whatever, or if you have someone elderly with you, then it would be nice if it did pull right up to the entrance, let them out, and then help you find parking. I just think that that would be a pretty easy fix. But again, I don't see how people are saying it's gotten better because for us, it hasn't.
Well, and the other aspect of this is there's basically 2 parking models. There's the when you're in FSD, which means that it's going to drive you from Kingdom Come all the way to your destination and then try and find the parking space. And then there's the other parking mode, which is when you're driving the car, you can drive near some spaces and it'll be like, hey, that's a space. And it'll show you on the screen. You tap the spot and you say, go park. And that system doesn't seem like it's been updated in about a year.
Yeah, it seems like you revert from a 19-and-a-half-year-old back to a 15-year-old. It's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
What do I do here?
You'd think that this would be a pretty simple problem backing into a space. I know that not everyone's great at it, but most people don't have cameras all over the car that are directly wired into their brains. Sometimes it just seems to swing wide. It does it all way too slowly. So that hasn't been updated at all.
And that annoys people around you.
Yeah, because you're like, in a parking lot. Now, lastly, many are reporting better obstacle avoidance, reacting to potential hazards in its path.
Yeah, and I can't wait till we get to like 13.3 and 4 and so forth. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Tuesdays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below and head over to the Now You Know channel.